Hello and happy Sunday. How are you, Facebook? I look a little bit crooked. Let me fix it. Happy Sunday to you guys. As you come in, say hello. So I know, I think that's a little bit better, that we are working. I'm so glad that you are here tonight. And I'm so excited because I have a challenge with the beautiful Stephanie at Oh, You're So Lovely. Oh, You're Lovely. And she is so sweet. She is in an inner circle that I'm in, a creative group, and she had this brilliant idea to do this little challenge. Hey, Mickey, hello. So you guys come in, say hello. My name is Jessica Watt, and I blog over at A Sweet Life, and I live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm so excited to be crafting with you tonight. So let me tell you what we're doing. Okay, this was Stephanie's idea. So she got the same box. Hey, Wendy. Hey Sandra, hello. You guys come in, say hey so I know that you're here, okay? She got the same box at Michael's. It was, oh my goodness, I think it was $9 before the 40% off. So super reasonable. And so this was the challenge, was to make something creative. Mickey, thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Is to create something with this box. So I am gonna head over to her page at 8:30 Central Standard Time to see what she's gonna do. And she's probably on here, maybe. If you're on here, Stephanie, if you would drop a link to your page so that we can go over and watch you see what you do with your box. So this is it, girls. I have this wooden crate from Michael's, and we are going to make a fall centerpiece for Thanksgiving with it. Are y'all ready? Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you what I got. So obviously I have this. I got this really cute family sign today at Michael's. It was $5.99 and then it was 40% off. So I got that. And then I had some fun mason jars already. And hey, Megan. Hey, Debbie. Hey, guys. Thank you for sharing. And I got all of these dried florals. They were in the fall section, y'all, and they were 80% off, right? Because if you go to Michael's now, everything is Christmas. So I struggled a little bit to find fall, but girls, we still have Thanksgiving, right? I say that to you, but my Christmas tree is up. But we still have Thanksgiving. So we're gonna work on a sweet little centerpiece. So this is what I'm gonna do first. I have my paintbrushes, and I'm gonna put a little bit of brown paint. I've used this with you guys before. It is by Folk Art, and it's called Painted Finishes. And this color is Barnwood. It's kind of a dark color. Oh, hello from Tennessee. Hey guys. As you come in, say hey so I know that you're here. Now, what I'm gonna do is just like real lightly I'm just gonna do a really light coat, especially because of our time here on Facebook. Hey guys, thank you guys so much for sharing. Tell me where you're coming from tonight. I love to see all the different places. It's so neat that we're all connected, but we live all over. I love it. All of us crafters, right? Crafters and celebrators, and those that just love planning for special occasions and holidays. And this is like our time of year, isn't it, girls? All of you celebrators, this is our time of year. We get to decorate and entertain, and I just love it. And it makes my heart so happy. Hello. Okay. So really, like, it's sloppy because we're gonna cover it up, so it's totally okay. I'm gonna put a little bit more paint on it. I'm actually gonna adjust something on my phone. I must have turned my volume off. And so, there we go, that was much better. It was telling me I was on mute, and so I couldn't see you guys. All right, Just a little bit more paint on here. And because it's such a light coat, it's gonna dry so super fast. All right, girls. Just like that. Easy, easy, easy peasy. All right, so like sloppy, just got not full coverage because we're gonna cover it up again. So super easy. All right, y'all joining me. I am doing a challenge with the sweet Stephanie at Oh You're So Lovely. She's coming on at 8:30 Central Standard Time. And she has the same wooden crate that I do. And she is putting her own spin on something fun and creative to do with this like super cheap crate from Michael's. So make sure when we're done here that y'all go over there so you can see what she does with hers and like give her some virtual love because she is so stinking cute. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I have this is kind of like Vaseline, and I would recommend using Vaseline. I just couldn't find any. And I'm gonna take this kind of Vaseline-y stuff and just kind of put it in like just some different random spots on my crate. Like I'm not rubbing it in, okay? Like I'm just, I know you can't even see, but like just like a random spot, just like that. Like no rhyme or reason, just totally random, okay? And because like this paint is so thin, it's like basically almost dry. Hey guys, as you come in, say hello. And sweet Stephanie, if you are on here, if you would drop the link to your Facebook page so all of our friends can go watch you later. If you haven't done so already, you might have. I have like terrible vision, so I can't see all the comments. So our friends can go see you after this. That would be great, but I will definitely drop it too when we're all done. All right, so we did some brown paint. We did a little bit of my like faux Vaseline on here. And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna put a lighter color of paint. Now this is also by Folk Art, and it goes with this brown. We've used this before. It's supposed to make this like barnwood effect. And it's just a much lighter, kind of like, it's like a cream, it's like a creamy kind of color. Let me see if you can see that. If you can see that, it's kind of creamy. So that's what we're gonna use. Right on top of this brown and on top of this like Vaseline-y kind of stuff. So this was a good brush I had, and of course I don't have another really big one. Let me try this one. All right, as you guys come in, tell me where you're from tonight. Tell me what you're doing. All right, so I'm gonna go right over this, okay? And what's gonna happen is this paint is not gonna wanna stick to that oily Vaseline. So it's gonna kind of give us like a chippy wood effect. So again, I'm just going right over this. Not like really super neat, because we're kind of just giving it this kind of old rustic crate kind of look, like we want it to look like. We found it at some really cool like vintage or antique store. So I'm just going right over it. And it's kind of giving me that effect. I don't know how well you can see that, but kind of that barnwoodish old effect. Now you could also, and I might do this in a little bit, is put some white on top of it, and just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. We'll just experiment. So thank you guys so much for sharing the video. I feel like I haven't been on in so long. We had, like, what was last week? Halloween, and we just had like, I don't know, basketball games. I felt like there was something every night, and then it would be too late for me to get on live. But I'm so excited to be here with you. I've been looking forward to you, especially with doing this with Stephanie, she had this great idea to kind of do this little project together. So I've been really, really excited about it. All right, and of course, this is like my favorite time of year, and so I have so many crazy, fun ideas for us to all do together to get ready for Christmas. All right. And guys, did you see that not only did we reach 5,000 followers, but we like surpassed it? Crazy excited. So be looking out in your inbox to see if you are the winner of the It Is Well sign that I posted a while ago. It actually took longer than I thought it would to reach it, but we did it, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to be drawing a name for a winner for that. Okay. All right, girls. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what this looks like real quick. You got to remember to do this top part too. So it kind of looks finished. All right, I'm going to come up here and kind of show you what I got going on so you can kind of get the idea. Hey, Jennifer. Hello. So can you see, like, it kind of has that rusticy kind of barnwoody look going on. You see that? Of course, let me get my little smudges out. Just like that. Cool, huh? Okay. So, what you gotta do though is, I'm just gonna put like a few strokes of white on here. Like white. If I can open it. All right. Just to kind of brighten it, like just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. Yeah, just like that. So what happens is when you put the Vaseline on it, girls, the paint doesn't want to stick to it. And so you're going to be able to kind of sand it and wipe it off, and it's going to give it that like chippy look. Like some people really like that kind of chippy paint look. If you don't, which is totally fine, then just don't put the Vaseline on it. But if you do, try the Vaseline just a little bit. Don't rub it in. And then you're just going to wipe it off and sand it just a little bit to where you want the dark to kind of peek through. And you're going to get that like chippy look, like you just found this at a flea market. All right, girls. So I am going to set this aside just to kind of dry for a little bit. It's not going to take too long because there's not a whole lot of paint on it. But this is what I got. What do y'all think? Okay, so I'm going to put that over to the side, and we're going to mess a little bit with our mason jars and this wheat and kind of stuff that I got. So this all was 80% off. This was not. Like, this is so funny to me. This was $2. This was $6. Because this was just like in the natural section. But today at Michael's, they had a 50% off coupon. So that is what I used to get that. So I have 3 mason jars. And what we're going to do is just arrange this wheat in kind of this fun, I don't even know what you would call that, in between, in the jars. So it makes like a really pretty centerpiece that you could put on your kitchen table or on your Thanksgiving table. Easy, like so easy. I'm gonna take off the little twisties and the rubber bands that are on it. And we're just gonna trim it. I wonder if I can, look at that. I can just rip it off. Now, I always like to, let's see. Let's get my other one out here. We'll take it all off and then kind of mess around with it a little bit. I don't usually like my centerpieces to be too high because I want to be able to see the person that's sitting across the table from me. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You've ever been to something and the centerpiece is so high you can't see the person across the table from you? Like y'all can't see me now, right? So like to make my centerpieces too high for that very, very reason. So it's better for us to cut it a little bit too high, and then we can come back and kind of adjust it a little bit. So this is like easy, I can just rip it. All right. And so this one has like a little, this was the 80% off. It has a little bit more green in it, which I kind of like because it just kind of gives it a contrast to like the natural color of wheat that is in this one. So I am going to mix them up a little bit, just like this, like nothing too exciting or too difficult. And this would be so sweet on your kitchen table or your dining room table for the rest of the month until you get all your Christmas stuff out, unless you're crazy like me and your Christmas stuff is already out. Girls, it is. Our tree went up yesterday and it looks like a hot mess in this house. There is Christmas stuff everywhere. Okay, so I am going to actually make it a little bit shorter. I don't know about y'all, but I think it needs to be just a little bit shorter. So I am gonna cut these down just a little bit. Of course, I couldn't even find scissors, so I'm using wire cutters because scissors disappear in my house. I don't know about y'all, but in this house, scissors have legs and they will literally walk away. It's craziness. So I'm just gonna cut these down just a little bit. There we go. And we want to make sure they're all kind of the same. Each mason jar is about the same height. And I'm like, they're flying. Can you see them flying? I don't know if you can. Okay, so here we go. Here is our wheat, that greenish kind of wheat, and then the natural kind of color of wheat in these jars that look just like this. And then I have these guys, which are pretty cool. They're huge. You see how big they are? Oh my gosh. That we can also kind of like stick in here a little bit and give it a pop, a little pop of color. They're so big. This like whole thing was like $2. So if you go to your Michael's, look in where their fall stuff is. It's all like 80% off. And see what you can find. Okay, so I'm gonna have to like really cut these down because they're so tall. And we're just gonna, there we go. Let's see how these work. Whew. And these are just like dry, they all fell off the table. These are just like dried florals, girls. So I'm actually gonna break them off because they're kind of like stems, like from a tree. They kind of have that look to them. So I'm just going to kind of break them off and put them in there. And we're going to have to kind of just cut each one. There we go. I've made such a mess in here. All right, let's see. I'm just cutting them because they're super long, and we're just gonna stick them in just like this. So they kind of have that. So you have like the natural wheat, and then you have this little pop of color in here. And I do want them somewhat symmetrical, somewhat all the same, just because there's 3 of them, and I don't want to have like one much taller than the other, and it's going to be at the table, so I want to be able to see across it. Now, the other thing you could do though is like put this on your mantle. That would be really pretty too. If you put it on your mantle and you had some pumpkins left over and you put them on each side of it, that would be pretty. So you don't have to just put it on your fireplace, on your table. You can put it on your fireplace too, or maybe like an entry table. If you have an entry table, that would be fun too. So as you guys come in, hello, I'm so glad you're here. I'm doing a Facebook challenge with the sweet Stephanie at Oh You're So Lovely, which I just love the name of her page. It's so sweet. She does really fun crafts and DIYs over there. I just love her. She's so sweet. And so she's going to be doing her take on this wooden crate at 8:30 Central Standard Time. So I will be hopping over there to see what she is whipping up with her great ideas on how to transform this like cheap wooden Michael's crate into something beautiful. And if the link has not already been dropped, I will drop it when we're done so you guys can go check her out too. All right, I think this is my last little piece in here. Okay, so I just kind of have arranged the wheat with these kind of like colorful dried florals. So I'm gonna stick them right over here for a second so you can see what else I'm gonna do. All right, I have a crazy huge mess. So my crate is pretty much almost dry. And I am gonna take a paper towel. And I'm just gonna kind of wipe it down. Just like this. So like if there are any spots right now that I can feel that are a little bit wet, it's just gonna kind of blend it in a little bit. All right, and then I have some sandpaper. It's 220 grit is the sandpaper right here. And I'm just gonna sand some spots that I maybe want some of the dark to shine through, especially where we put that Vaseline. Just to give it that kind of like old look. Just a few spots, kind of wherever, or you don't even have to do this if you don't want to. But if you remember, we put that darker color on first. But it's really just giving it a nice kind of old barnwood finish that looks kind of like this. So, I told you girls I got this for $5.99 minus 40% off at Michael's today. It says family. And I'm gonna hot glue this on the front of it, which kind of serves two purposes. It's cute and it'll look adorable on here, but it'll also kind of hide the inside of my crate because I haven't painted it, which is fine. Because if you don't want to do that, you can absolutely go and paint it. But this is just going to kind of cover that up so you don't see it. But what's so great about this too is that once Thanksgiving is over, I can decorate it for Christmas. I can put like mason jars of greenery in it. I can put ornaments in it. There's lots of stuff that I can do. So I'm just going to put some hot glue around the top of this. Really, really fast. And then there we go. Oops. Wait. I forgot. Wait. Let me get this tag off. Okay. Let's see. I want to put it on there just like that. Cute. So my paint, I need some more glue. By the time I took that tag off, it had already dried. My paint is similar to the finish on Family. A little bit different, but definitely like in the same family. All right. It's important that it goes on the right way. Okay, here we go. All right. Make sure we got that on there. Hot glue sticks. So here, I guess it wasn't stuck. Hold on. As I throw the word family at you. That is not good. I'm forever throwing at y'all. Oh my goodness, if it's not my phone falling, I'm gonna throw wooden words at you. It's crazy. Let me put a little bit more hot glue in. What's about to happen now is I put hot glue on it twice and it has cooled, so I'm trying to find the spots that I haven't hot glued. I'm gonna put some on here too, just kind of randomly. All right. And maybe I'll hold that for a second while it dries. So as you guys come in, say, hey, all, thank you so much for sharing the video. Thank you, thank you. We're making a fall centerpiece today. It's hard because everything in the craft stores is Christmas, girls. Everything is Christmas. What I found was fall was 80% off. So it was a little bit of a challenge to find something fall, but I did it. And we're gonna make something that you can put on your mantle or your Thanksgiving dinner table, or just like maybe on like an entry table, something like that, just to kind of remember Thanksgiving. And of course I have the word family on here because I know we are all so grateful for our family. So I thought that would be perfect. My thing does not want to stick. So, luckily I have a really good stash of glue over here. And we're gonna use some 8600. No, 86,000. Do you guys use 86,000 glue? It's like the best glue ever. And we're just gonna stick this on because it does not want to stick to my wood. So, this is like the best glue. And I found it in these little tubes, which I actually love because they're so hard sometimes. Once the glue dries, to get the glue to come out of the tube. So, all right, I'm gonna let that sit there so my family dries. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our mason jars in here, and it is gonna be like easy peasy, done, that's it, you're finished. Like a 20-minute project, maybe. And you'll be ready to go. While it dries though, I'm gonna cut a few more of these dried florals. I don't even know what to call these things, but they're really fun to stick in these vases. We'll just add a little more color and a little more pizzazz while our crate finishes drying. So, thank you guys. Thank you for hopping on and thank you for sharing. And tell me where you're coming from if you just came on. Tell me where you're watching from on this Sunday night. I cannot even believe it's November and daylight savings and I feel like it's 10 o'clock at night outside. Do y'all feel like that? It's so crazy when the time changes, how it messes everything up. Okay, I'm gonna move my mess over so we can put our finished project together. And I think I'm good. Yes, I'm good. Okay, so we have super cheapio crate. We painted it, we kind of did a barnwood wash on it. I found this word family at Michael's. It was like $5.99 and then 40% off, like cheap, right? I already had mason jars. I bought the dried fall florals that were all 80% off at Michael's. So I got those and I just kind of made them, did the little arrangements in them, and then I'm gonna stick my 3 mason jars in here just like that. And this is what we got. Can you see the whole thing? Oh, the mason jar's gonna fall over. Let me hold it up so you can see. That's what we did. Easy, right girls? That was so easy. So you could just do brown paint with some white paint over it, a little bit of that Vaseline in between, and sand it if you kind of like that chippy look, or that we did some dark kind of brown paint with this cream paint over it and kind of rubbed it in with paper towel to give it like a barnwood look, and we sanded it just a little bit just to kind of make it look old and vintage like we found it at a flea market or something. And then I just glued the word family on here, and I know it's kind of hard to see with the crate, but I promise you up close you can see that it says family, and I know it's backwards on Facebook Live. And then mason jars, I had 3 mason jars, and I got all these florals for like nothing in the clearance section at Michael's and put that in there. So you could put this on your fireplace with like some pumpkins around it. If you decorate for Thanksgiving, you could put it on your kitchen table. You could put it on your dining room table on Thanksgiving. You could put, if you have an entry table, like maybe when you walk into your house in your foyer, you could put it there. Easy, super easy. You do not have to be crafty. My glue is still not holding. You don't have to be crafty to do it. Just whip it together really fast. It'll be beautiful and it will welcome everybody when they come into your home this Thanksgiving season. So I think it's totally a win-win. So what I am gonna do though is clean the dried glue on the back of my family off and then re-glue it. I think that's kind of part of my problem. So girls, this is what I want you to do. At 8:30, are you listening? Central Standard Time. I want you to go over to see my friend Stephanie at Oh You're Lovely, okay? She's gonna have the same crate, but she's gonna put her super adorable spin on it. And I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know what it is. And if you can't watch later, go tomorrow and watch the replay of it to see what she does. I'm so excited to see what she does. And y'all, give her like some virtual love, will you? Will you like give her some hugs? Because she's so sweet. And in our kind of creative crafting community, it's so important that we remain a community, right? And not be competitive with each other, just to love each other and learn from each other, because we each have so many gifts. Just like all of you have so many gifts, and if we share those with each other, we're just gonna grow and we're gonna learn. And it's just so neat because I've been able to meet her, and I don't even know her, but virtually I've been able to meet her and just fall in love with her personality and her talent. And I'm just so excited to see how her creativity comes out in this sweet little, there we go, little crate. So girls, go head over to see her. I'm gonna put her link in so you can go over there. Thank you so, so much for joining me on this Sunday evening. I hope you've had a great weekend. I'll be back tomorrow with some more fall Thanksgiving goodness, which is very difficult for me because I wanna go straight into Christmas. And if you give me permission, I will. I will go straight into Christmas if you say it's okay, Jessica. But I know some people get upset because they don't want us to pass over Thanksgiving, and I totally get it. But girls, my Christmas tree is up. My house is a wreck because there's Christmas everywhere. But I'm all about some Christmas, girls. All about it. And I love to craft and decorate and bake and do all that good stuff. So if you give me permission, I will definitely start with the Christmas. But I'm going to try to stick with some Thanksgiving, maybe at least this upcoming week. So I am planning on being here tomorrow night. So I hope that you will join me. And thank you so much for being here tonight. And I can't wait to see you guys over at Stephanie's page in a little while to see what she's doing. All right, so I will talk to you girls later. Thanks so much.